Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining today. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name's Jesse. I'm the marketing director at Fabe Business Systems Group, and we are an Acton consulting partner. So we're users and we're also resellers of the software. And today we're going to be talking about the platform a bit and do a little bit of a introduction to marketing automation as well. So just so everybody is clear on today's webinar, this will be our agenda, and the audience for this webinar, this is an introductory webinar. So we're gonna, the idea is for people that may not know what marketing automation is, or may not know what Acton is, or might know a little bit about it, and they're looking to kind of evaluate it or get an introduction. So we're not going to be, we're going to be ending with a little bit of a demo and looking at the platform a little bit, but just from a very high level. So we're not going to be really getting into the deep functionality of it at all. We do those webinars often, but we just did one and a couple weeks ago, and today we're going to be doing an intro. So if you have questions throughout, feel free to put them in the chat box, and I'll try to get to them as we go. But I would encourage you to ask questions at any time throughout. Feel free to interrupt me. So just really quick, a little bit about Fabe Business Systems Group, in case you may not know who we are. Fabe BSG is an award-winning software company, and our specialty is in integrating Sugar CRM with software-based business solutions. We have over 25 years of experience helping growing companies become more profitable through technology. And we use Sugar and we use Acton and NetSuite and Sage 100 ERP as well. A variety of custom software solutions to meet our clients' needs. And our services include software development, project management, integrations, data migration, consulting, training, and support. We are an Acton Platinum partner and one of Sugar's leading North American elite partners. What we're really known for in the industry is, we're one of the most experienced and technical elite Sugar partners out there, but also we're really known for our breadth of Sugar integrations and add-on products, which include integrations with ERP software, credit card processing software, project management, phone systems, and more. And we feel that there's synergy between the solutions that Acton provides and our own solutions, and that our core expertise is the ability to offer innovative CRM and ERP software integrations. And Acton has built syncs with some of our core partners, such as Sugar CRM and NetSuite. A little bit about Acton. They are focused on small marketing teams that want to get the job done of the big guys. And, they're not about small companies. This is not about a small company, but, marketing teams at mid-sized companies. And in the case of hundreds of Acton customers, companies with over $1 billion in revenue, where their marketing is both nimble and responsive. Acton has a pretty strong pedigree and domain expertise in the field of marketing and sales. Their founding team also founded Responsys, which was sold to Oracle in 2014 for $1.5 billion. And many of the leadership from Acton came from WebEx, which has excelled at helping customers quickly realize ROI. Results are showing that Acton has been the fastest growing company in marketing automation for the last 4 years in a row. They are among the top 3 in satisfaction among all software as a service companies. Over 80 SaaS vendors, customers were asked to rate their satisfaction with their software as a service vendors, and Acton was in the top 3, beating out a lot of the name brands like, for instance, Box and Dropbox and other large companies in the space like Salesforce, Citrix, and many others. So the goal of Acton, is to ensure customer success. So the process for customer success is comprehensive, and it starts with the sales process, with salespeople who use Acton to actually do their job. So they drink the Kool-Aid, and they're using the product and they're selling it as well, as are we. New customers go through a implementation and training period that enables them to create and run their first campaigns within days. And there's a hand-holding process there for as much or as little as you need it, but it's there, and it's comprehensive, and it happens throughout the time that people are using Acton, that you're using it. After the implementation, all Acton customers will get a designated customer success manager, and you can call on them at any time, and the response time is relatively quick. The customer service is just bar none. This is just a little snapshot of some of the customers that are currently using Acton. So now to an intro. What is marketing automation? So the Crib Notes version is essentially, it consolidates all your online marketing efforts into one platform that provides you concise and real-time information regarding behavior and engagement of leads and contacts across all of your integrated marketing tactics. In today's digital age, delivering a unified customer experience is difficult, and this is where technology like marketing automation is key. And since we're CRM people, marketing automation is particularly important when integrated with a CRM system, because CRM also provides a bidirectional push of data in real time to maximize program effectiveness and provide a clearer picture of the sales funnel. So this, in essence, is what we've been calling the new front office. So it's marketing automation tied together with CRM to drive revenue and cultivate customer relationships that last. And some of these statistics are pretty glaring. 58% of top performing companies have adopted marketing automation. 63% of companies that are outgrowing their competitors are using marketing automation, and 79% of top performing companies have been using marketing automation for more than 2 years, even though the industry is pretty new. And all of these stats come from independent research institutions that have been done. And I have, a full 4-page document on facts with, verifiable sources. So if anyone at the end of today, anytime, can just shoot me an email, and I can provide you all of this data so you can kind of see some of the areas that people are benefiting the most from marketing automation. And then to take it even further, businesses using Acton marketing automation with their CRM are at an unparalleled advantage. Having the ability to monitor and optimize the lead to revenue process and to leverage behavioral data throughout their lead gen and management efforts, are really able to deliver what we like to call sales-ready leads. And as I said, as an Acton consulting partner in a company, we're steeped in CRM expertise. It's incredibly valuable, and we understand the value of what marketing automation brings to the CRM world. And, we're really, really excited about it. So why marketing automation? There are a lot of stats out there, as we just, saw, and it's interesting. The marketing automation industry itself, though it's actually quite nascent, the fact is that companies that are using it are reaping the rewards, and all of the, all of these facts here, like 451% increase in qualified leads, 53% higher conversion rates, increased web traffic, increase in average deal sizes, 8 times greater likelihood of closing deals compared to other leads, having a faster sales cycle. The idea here is, marketing automation, because of the engagement that you're forced to take, if you're using it correctly and using a platform like Acton correctly, you're going to help your marketers market better and help your salespeople sell better. And it's just a natural result from using the platform. The small marketing teams, you get to act like the big guys when you're using a tool like this, because of the way that you're able to look at your customer engagement. And because of that, you can, providing ROI can be pretty tricky, but with marketing automation, it really helps in delivering a faster ROI and seeing it in real time as well. Some of the other ways that you'll benefit from marketing automation, having the ability to upsell your customers, which increases average order sizes, because you can see what things people are looking at. You may notice that, William has been looking at one of your other products online over the past 2 days, and it's not something they're normally using. So it would be a time, in a non-creepy way to give him a call. And then it might be time to talk about a new product and send him an automated program on said product. You have the options to automate programs for, if you have an e-commerce site where, there's abandoned carts happening, there's ways that you can engage with the people that are leaving things there. Send them an email instantaneously, or get an alert. Ultimately, you have the ability to look deeper into your customer engagement than ever before, and act upon it, instantaneously. I'm going to skip this one and move over to the verticals. So it sounds fancy, marketing automation, but it's not. And, the majority of people that are using it are non-technical people, non-technology companies. And, if you know how to if you can create a Word document or create an email in something pretty basic like Outlook and throw some images in there, you're already ready to go. You can start using it, and you do not need to be technical to do it. So I'm just going to stop here for 1 minute and open up the chat box to see if there's any questions. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Looks like there's nothing right now. Okay, great. Okay, so how do you use it? You use it by attracting people to your company and your site. So what does that mean? The attract phase is simply the one where you get out there and you get known by using the platform. Acton has several important components that help marketers attract customers, from SEO and search engine management tools, content marketing and social marketing. Unlike some other systems out there, Acton doesn't try to force you to build everything with Acton. Instead, there's seamless integrations that connect with external systems, and I will show you them when we look in the platform in a little bit. But if you need to create content, there's seamless integrations with WordPress or Drupal or other CMS systems. It's not going to reinvent your process of what you've been doing and how you've been communicating with your audience. In fact, you're just going to basically plug them in and let them run. But you can do them all within the platform. Some of the things that it can do, Acton, it provides best-in-class capabilities to capture leads using emails or forms and landing pages on your website or online events. I mean, there's no need, oftentimes marketing teams are, they're forced to, maybe they need somebody with extensive HTML to create a form and put it on their landing page or put it on a website. I mean, with Acton, it's all, it's super basic. It's all right there within the platform, and it's really easy to use. And there's so many support videos that are out there in the Acton University as well, which is a resource that they provide. That, I mean, you can save your company a lot of money in design, like building a form or creating email templates, because you have the ability to do it here and do it in Acton. So with that, I kind of did our little pitch on what it is. I'm going to kind of go into the platform a little bit, click around at a high level and just show you some of the cool things and show you some of the things that I love. If you have any questions before we move forward, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to move forward. Okay. So what you're looking at here is the dashboard. This is the first thing you'll see when you get into Acton. It's the home page, essentially. And the core functionality of everything you can do is listed here on the left-hand side in this menu here. The quick start menu, you can customize it in any way you want. It kind of gives you quick links into some of the cool things that Acton does, and maybe some of the things you use the most. And you can rearrange these any way you want. You can add things. The company is Acton in general is really engaged in customer success, so they're always offering these. Like these I Love Marketing roadshows. There's one in Seattle, there's one in LA. There's always activities going on up here, and it's cool because it kind of keeps you engaged in the company. And they're all based on the user's success. So what I'm going to do is kind of show you some of these things on the left-hand side and click through, just give you kind of a brief overview. I wanted to first show you, when we were talking about what connects with Acton and not needing to reinvent, your core processes. So there are all these connectors, from CRM connectors, webinar connectors, social media, URL. I mean, all of these things can be activated and plugged in to work within Acton. For example, webinars is one thing that that we love. I'm running a webinar right now. You guys are on it, and I created it and ran it all through Acton instead of in GoToWebinar. I did the follow-up emails in Acton. I did the landing pages in Acton, the form fills in Acton, and the email you're going to get when we're finished tomorrow. Everything was created in Acton. And as I mentioned, some of the partners that we're a part of, and some of the products that we created are here as well, in Sugar and NetSuite. So to go back to the home page, you just click on this little icon here, and you can kind of get started in any way you want. One of the coolest things when we first started using Acton that we found just mind-blowing was this SEO audit here. And essentially how it works is you can analyze any web page that you have. You enter in the URL, and it runs a program and it will tell you how many errors you have on there and how to optimize it, what you need to do. Maybe you need to add a keyword here or there, or maybe you need to add some backlinks. I mean, this is a service that you would pay thousands of dollars for a month to hire an outside agency to do. And I just thought it was one of the coolest things about it, that it was all right there. And right away we started, cleaning up our site and making it more SEO friendly. And yeah, it's just a phenomenal tool. You can also use it for landing pages as well. Here in the contacts tab, this is really where you start building out your email lists. And this is where the CRM integration also comes into place. So the way we do it here, we have we have marketing lists based on some of our different products that we offer. And, we keep them all organized here. And it's an exact mirror of the list that we have in our CRM. So anytime a new person is added in our CRM, it's automatically updated, bidirectionally. They'll get updated in Sugar, or they'll get updated in Acton. Say somebody fills out a form, and will receive an update. While I'm on that, maybe I'll just jump over here to our Sugar CRM and kind of show you what the Acton integration looks like there. So what you have here is I clicked on a lead. We're in the lead record in Sugar. This is William Taylor. And what you get is over here, you get an Acton activity history box and an Acton timeline down here below. So since we're using, what you're looking at today, I'm using a demo. This is all demo data. So some of the dates here, may not be relevant, or they may be old, but if you could imagine that William Taylor, is an active person that's been on our site recently, you would get real-time information. So for instance, you have emails. So here's a summary tab. You have summary tabs up here: email, web, pages, documents, forms, webinars, search terms. So here is what I'm talking about with the data. But for example, William was sent this email on January 7th. Excuse me. He was sent this email December 17th. It goes down and shows you every single email that he ever sent. And if you want to check out, what email it was, you can click on it and it'll pop open another window to kind of help you remember what it was that he got. Web pages. Every single web page that William Taylor has ever visited since you've activated Acton will be listed here. So this is where you would say on November 11th, 3 times he visited your web page, and maybe he was looking at one of your products which he doesn't already own. That's the time when you really understand the idea of sales-ready leads. And that's when, as a marketer, you would maybe get your sales team together and let them know, hey, William Taylor's been on our solutions sales page. It's time to reach out to him for a quick chat and touch base with him. When's the last time you touched base with him? As a matter of fact, there's an entire process that you can do with Acton. It's called lead scoring. As you can see right here, William Taylor has got a 113 lead score. So what you do is you set up lead scoring. So you select a group of behaviors, and once William Taylor successfully hits a certain number, maybe he did a webinar, he downloaded a white paper, and he clicked on two emails. Okay, so his lead score now hits 40. So you can trigger an alert and say, you can let yourself know William Taylor has got a 40. It's now time to reach out to the salesperson that handles his account and let him know that he's he's hit that threshold and it's time to engage. I just see a question here from Susan. I'm going to take one moment to look at that. The web page and activity history only relates to your company website. That's right. So it's all your website. There are ways that you can track other websites, and you can do them in the section where you do the SEO analysis. But you can click over to, the data on your website visitors. Tells you, kind of like Google Analytics does, people that are visiting, who are known to you, meaning who in your database is there and who's anonymous, and then the conversions and the bounces and what number of companies. And it kind of gives you a snapshot. But where I'm saying you can see other companies, like you can enter competitors' information, and you can kind of see how you compare to them. But as far as the data that you get in your CRM or in Acton, it's all based on your site. So hopefully that helps. Let's see, we have another question here, Michael. Is the personal tracking? So essentially, the question is the personal tracking through local cookies? Like, how do you know who it is? So there's a difference between anonymous visitors and known visitors. And here is how that works. Known visitor. So everyone, that's the thing. It's funny you asked that, because it's the first thing that I wanted to know. I want to know before we started using Acton. I want to know everyone that's on my site. Is that possible? And the answer is, unless you are, working for the government agency, no, you cannot. However, you have this distinction between known and anonymous people. And the known people are when you go in and you enter into your contact list all of your database, all of your clients and leads, whoever it is, those will be all of your known visitors. So once you upload your database, from then on, and you've activated Acton, from that moment on, you'll be able to know the activity that they're all engaging in on your site. Then, if you have landing pages with forms, for example, say you do a lot of inbound marketing or outbound marketing, you have people coming to your page and filling out a form for a white paper, that's when you have a conversion, and that's when as soon as they hit submit, the anonymous person becomes known, and you start building your database from there. And then if you're using a CRM, it kind of gets pushed over there. So you get this, you can kind of see it, what the conversions are like from anonymous to known, and how you're doing in that realm. So hopefully that answers you guys' questions. A little bit further into the activity history, here are landing pages that you can view that William has visited, any documents that he's checked out. This is one of the keys, is the forms. So if you're hiding content behind multiple forms, you'll see which forms he filled out. And also what's cool, you can set an alert. So you'll get an instant email that says, William Taylor just submitted a form to download 7 characteristics of great marketing content. And if you want, you can set up an automated program to where anybody who lands on the 7 characteristics of great marketing content page gets entered into a drip program, and you can have queued up once a week, once every 2 weeks, or once a day, whatever you want, emails that are related to that. And you can kind of do automated programs, all of which ultimately culminate into their overall lead score. And if you have a threshold that you need to hit before a lead becomes a sales-ready lead, these are some of the kind of ways that you can engage and get that score up. And then let your sales team know what's going on. Here's webinars. What webinars has he attended? What search terms has he used if you're using page search? So all of this stuff, which a marketer sees and knows, also gets to be shared with a salesperson. So that your sales team can come in here, come into the record, and they can also, if you're not using a CRM, you can also go into William Taylor in your contacts, and you can see the same information. I'm just not sure where he would be, since this is yeah, I think this is where he would be. So you can look up, you can open it up, we can search for William Taylor, see if he's in here. Well, let's see if he's in here. Okay, so he's not in this list. But we can click on anybody. And in Acton, you can see the same thing. Let's see what John Abrams has been up to. So nothing. He has been doing squat, but it's the same scenario. One way we can check out the hot prospects. So there's 166 of them. This is a segment of hot prospects. So hey, there's William Taylor. So let's check him out. Here's that same information, only this is what you see in Acton. You can you see his websites, all the same stuff that we were just kind of reviewing. It's just in a different layout because it's not crammed into your CRM window. And I like the timeline view here. It's a little cleaner, and I like how you can kind of see the time of exactly when it was happening. And you can filter it based on whatever you want to see. How many? I just want to know his websites. Where was he at? So it goes from there. What else can I say about the CRM? Oh, we got a question. One sec. Let me see here. So the question is, can Acton be integrated to pull info in or push info out from a company's proprietary app, like sync with a CRM? Yes, it can. Here are the, as I was showing, this is Sugar CRM, so it's back and forth. And then some of the other connectors, again, are here. So you get, bidirectional data. These programs will communicate with one another, and the activity will communicate back and forth. Excuse me. I have 2 kids, and we got something going through the house. Let's see. So we got a couple more questions popping in here. So I want to try to get to these. So tell me more about tracking a lead's path through my website. John, no problem. I can talk to you about that. And there's one from Michael. Are those connectors from Faye or from Acton? Okay. So these are Acton. These are Acton connectors. So these are, if you're running one of these programs, then you just activate the connector. So it's written by Acton. Okay, so John, I'm going to come back to you. Tell me more about tracking a lead's path through my website. So that's a great question. Let's start with an email. So in the outbound area, here are 2 emails. Email marketing versus marketing automation. So let me go to that one. So here's the email. that I sent. Sent it on July 6, 2009. This is what it looks like in HTML. This is what it looks like in your text. Now, what happened after I sent it? How do I know what people did with it? So here's the report that you get, and this is updated in real time. It tells you the number of people who opened it. So 65% of the people who were sent this email opened it. 1 bounced, 8 people didn't open it, 11 people clicked on it. Opening is great. I'm so glad they opened it. Clicked on it. That's even better. That's what I really want to know. Who clicked on it? These people clicked on it. And I'm so happy to see that Gretchen Smith clicked on it, because that's someone who we've been going after, because I know she's a big account. Excuse me. And we want to know how she's been engaging with us. So you can go check her out. All right, we know she was sent that email, but what other emails was she sent? Okay, this is what she was sent. Oh, I just realized she wasn't sent XYZ email or entered an XYZ campaign. We got to enter into that. Maybe you have a new product that you're launching or whatever it is. Maybe you're going to offer a webinar and it's really targeted towards Gretchen and people like Gretchen. So you can see, what did she register for? And it's time to maybe do something similar to this and have it make sense with whatever new product that you're offering from there. Social publish, you can follow her, what she's been up to in Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can see it all within there. It's not connected for her, but you'll be able to track her activity. And then, ultimately, let's look at the timeline. So she took a marketing survey. These are all of the different ways that she's engaging with. Just, it starts with the one email, but it goes into everything else. Say you want to send her a quick email, you can do it directly from here with the email template. You can edit her information. That's kind of a a synopsis. I mean, I hope, Joe, that answers it. Tracking leads, like in Google Analytics, you can kind of see the flow of what people are looking at. They entered your site here, they viewed this page here, but what did they do after that? They left your site, but who was it? Like, you have no idea. But as long as it's someone that is a known visitor to you, you can see everything through this timeline of what they have been up to. So, Joe, does that hopefully that answers your question on tracking a lead through the website. I see so you have a follow-up question. Can Acton sync outbound campaign results to Sugar campaign module? As far as I understand, the short answer is I'm not exactly sure, but I believe that they're separate. The email module would be here, and you would see all the Sugar campaigns that he's been sent. And then your Acton emails would be over here, separately. So it kind of keeps them separate. But I'll get more information and get you a definitive answer on that. But I'm pretty sure that's kind of how it works. So let's move on. We have another question on automation. So how is any of this automated, and how does it make my life easier? So that's a great question. Here you have your automated program tab. In your automated program tab, you have a list of this. So this is where you would create these automated campaigns that are just set it and forget it. So let's take a look at this one. Document download, security, and architecture. So here's the dashboard. So this is not running at the moment. If it was running, it would say in progress. But you take a look at the dashboard, and the overview kind of gives you the results of what's been happening. But what I want to show you is how it makes your life easier. So this is the step-by-step process. And when you create these automated programs, you build all these steps out. And this is a pretty extensive campaign. So let's walk through it. So say you create a new marketing list in Acton, a new contact list, and you call that contact list new customers, or you call it program and document download, whatever it is. You can turn this on and you can say the minute that a person, let's take a step back. Let's say you have a form fill on your website. Now you're a new customer, you want to stay in touch. The minute that person fills out a form, it gets sent over to your form that's called Stay in Touch, or whatever it is. You can name it whatever you want. Here's some examples of these forms, a webinar form. So this one's got 172 people submitted. So say we want to do an automated campaign based on this. So throughout time, 72 people have submitted this form, and now they're a new customer. They get automatically entered into an automated program that you create to them. And here are the steps. The minute that they fill out that form and they're inserted into the program, they'll get a welcome email. That's and this is all automated. Once you select go, this does it by itself. A week later, you wait 1 week, you see, did they open up the email message? If they did, they get the next email. They wait 2 days, they get another email. Then, based on how they interact, maybe you invite them to a webinar. It goes on and on and on. You select all the key phases that you want someone to do before whatever action you may want. Maybe you want to call them. And then you can set a notification and you can say, okay, one of your contacts has reached this step. It's now time to reevaluate and see what they did. Say they did nothing. Say they didn't open any of the emails. You can create another conditional branch where you offer a different campaign. You wait 10 days, then you send this communication. At the end of the program, however people, this could be a month campaign. Once it's over, you can send an automated alert to yourself and say, all right, William Taylor has finished the program. Let's look at his lead score when it's all said and done. And we know he's got a lead score of 113. Maybe our threshold at the end of our campaign before it's a sales ready lead is only 40. So he's crushed it. So this is a hot lead. So now a month later, you get an automated notification. It's time to call William Taylor, or whatever it is that would be your necessary next step. So as far as running automated programs, nurturing your customers, it does it, all you do is set it up, and you can set them all up doing a million things. Looking down the pipeline of, you really want to educate someone on this product or nurture them through a campaign about some function. All you have to do is set them up, and then you press play and they go. And the results, you reap the rewards. I mean, the results are, and you can analyze them and see what are the next steps. So that's one way, Joe. I hope that kind of helps you understand, as far as automated programs go. Some of the other cool stuff that you can do, I wanted to spend a couple more minutes on with our last, 10 or so minutes, is the website visitor tracking area here. We kind of looked at for a minute. But the cool thing is, it tells you the top 20 companies that are visiting your site, so you know where your traffic is coming from. And the search terms people are using. Have they gone up in ranking? You get a blue arrow. Has it gone down? You get an orange arrow. What are your biggest referring sites? So referral traffic is a big part of getting people to visit your site. So people from, so it's clear, smartsellingtools.com is our number one source of referral traffic in these 2 months. So let's go out there and make sure our listings are up to date. Our contact information is right. So it builds, you can build out a strategy from there. Social media sites, what kind of traffic are you getting from which platforms? As you can see, in April, we are just doing, really well with LinkedIn. Maybe it's time to run a social media campaign on LinkedIn and run a sponsored post. So it really gives you a plan, and you can implement that plan. Geographical data. Where are people coming from? And then even into the world. Where are people coming from? Here you have a reports module. So that when you talk about ROI, you can kind of see, this one's called your CRM inbound to revenue funnel. So you can run these campaigns, and you can report on, what are the opportunities. We've had 6,000 opportunities. What kind of revenue have we seen from that? You can do comparisons. Etc. So Susan, we have another question. How much of this, what you're showing, is a customization versus out of the box? So the answer is all of this is out of the box. As far as customizations goes, it's doing the connectors. You just need to say, when you work with Acton, when you implement it, you need to connect you just need to plug your stuff in. The CRM connector is active. That's really the extent of the customizations. It's just making sure that everything you're using, if it works with Acton, you've plugged in and you've activated. A really cool one is the content creator tools. If you use, for instance, like we use WordPress, when you're on your site, you can create a new web page, and you can do it with Acton. You'll see there's a little Acton button in your WordPress instance, and you can create landing pages and use the Acton customization tools. So last 10 minutes, there's a lot to show. I mean, I'm happy to show you anything you want to see, in more detail after this call. It's just, like I said, kind of an intro, high level, but I'd like to show you just the email creation tool, because it's one of the things that you would use the most. And I wanted to show you an email creation tool, and then show you what their A/B testing tool. Michael, is this cloud-based only or also an in-house install? No, you can just do it. I mean, you would do it on your end, and they give you a URL, and you do it from the cloud. Depending on where you're located, there might be a way that they can come help you and set it up, or they can do a remote connection, but you do it all through the web. Okay, 8 minutes. Let's look at the email composer. You click new message. Here's your email composer. The Acton install, is it only cloud-based? I believe so, Michael. Yeah, I believe so. But again, I can get more clarity on that for you. You get templates out of the box. Or if you already have templates, you can upload them using HTML. Start with a blank message. You can do that. You enter your message title. Subject line, quick intro. Who is it going to come from? It's all your users. So maybe you want it to come from me. It's going to come from me. Maybe I want to send it on behalf of Mary. I can send it for her. You choose your lists and your segments of who it's going to go to. I want to send this to all the hot leads for sales. You can choose suppression, so you can say, I want it to not go to these people within the hot leads for sales. Maybe they don't want to see your email, but anybody that opts out of an email from you automatically, they'll never receive another email again. Then you go to your design. These are your tools here. You can add new, you can change the stock. So this is where the templates are. Clouds is pretty cool. Maybe you just want it plain. Maybe you just want it to look like a normal email from Outlook or something. You can do that. Once it's to your satisfaction, you review. This is how it looks. You can send yourself a test email. It tells you what needs to be done. It won't let you send it without it. Shows you what it looks like on a mobile phone. This doesn't look so hot. So you'd go in and make some edits. Send. Send it now or send it on the following date. You can also send it based on the time zone. Say you're hitting the east. Say you want to hit the tri-state area, so you're going to send it at Eastern Standard Time instead of Pacific Standard Time if you're on the West Coast. The other cool thing is, say you've already sent an email that you like. You want to base an email off of a previously sent email. Oh, this one, I love the future is now email. Let's do another one like that. The future is now, bam, select it. And you can start building it out from there. 5 minutes left. I'm going to show you A/B testing. This is another, as a marketer, this is one of the coolest things for me ever. And this is not something that you get with simple tools like a Constant Contact or something like that. You can do an A/B test message. So here's how it works. You pick an email. Business newsletter template test. You give it a description. You choose who you're going to send it to. It's going to go to the legal team. Now you select the messages that you want to be a part of it. So we're only sending one email. Let's delete this guy. We're sending the Acton Forbes Most Promising email. Here's the subject line: Acton named to Forbes Most Promising Companies list. Add another email. Choose a previously sent email. Now, if I can find it, I want to pick that same email. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find it. Acton Forbes Most Promising email. Choose from a previously sent message. So it's old stuff here. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm working on a demo instance here, and there's just doesn't have everything. But how it would work is you would add a message, and you would add, what I do is the exact same message. So then you would have email B, Acton Forbes Most Promising email, and you can change the subject. You would edit the subject, and you would say, here I want, no, I don't want to do that. This is annoying. I'm dropping the ball here, guys. But how it would work is you'd have an email A, name, subject. You'd have the next email, B, same email, change the subject. You can change it so it's got a different message, hoping someone will open it. What do you get from that? You want to test which email, the A email or the B email with the subject line change, gets the most amount of opens. So what you do is you choose a sample size. So you say, I want 35% of the distribution list that I selected to get email A. So what they do is they'll get email A and B. They'll equally split them up, and you'll get it'll calculate which one of your two emails is opening the most amount of emails. So say it ends up being email A. The following 65% of the distribution list will get the better performing email, and it'll go out 2 hours later. You can say wait, you can say wait 1 hour, 1 day, whatever it is you want. So you're guaranteed to know the best performing email is the one that's going to be sent out to your customers. So that's kind of an A/B testing, and you can also do it for landing pages as well. And it's just one of the most powerful things in the whole platform. I'm just pretty obsessed with it. So we're at the very top of the hour, and I've tried to squeeze in as much as I could, and it was a lot, and I'm sure there was a lot of questions. And if you have any other questions, email me. You've got my email. You're registered. At any time, send me an email. And anybody that I said I'd get more information on questions, I will follow through and do that. And if you want to see, if you want me to bring in anybody that can kind of give you a demo in more depth and show you everything or specific things that you saw today in greater detail, please let me know, and I'd be happy to set that up for you at any time. And I hope that you enjoyed it today. And our next bootcamp, we will be doing more of a demo version where we go into different functions and show you how it works with CRM a little bit more. But today I just kind of clicked around and showed you, stuff here and there. So again, thank you, everybody, and have a great day and have a great rest of the week. And we will be chatting with you soon. Take care.